Do you want to receive grace to fall for that temptation, or you have been searching for tips on how to fall for that temptation? Then search no further, because today on the DeVille Show we will be looking at 7 interesting tips on how to fall for that temptation. Temptation. It is a sin against God, right? But well, it doesn't matter. We will be going on a quick break, and when we're back, we will be dissecting the 6 steps on how to fall for that temptation. Stay tuned, don't go nowhere. Welcome back to The Devil Show. I remain your wonderful host, your demotivator, the master of all liars, the director of all thieves, and you can also call me the greatest destroyer of all times, Mr. Devil. Yay! I look good, right? Yeah, I'm blushing. Now let's get serious. So today on The Deville Show, we will be breaking down and dissecting the 6 steps on how to fall for that temptation. As we all know, temptation is the desire to fall for that short-term pleasure that threatens your long-term goals. Here I said that. Now let's dive into the 6 steps on how to fall for that temptation. 1. Do not flee. Do not flee. When temptation comes, man up. Face it. You have the strength. God has given you the grace and strength. Man up. Face it. Do not run away. Don't be like Joseph. That is weakness. Man up. Face it. Remember, 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 13 says, no temptation has overtaken you such as is common to man, but God who is faithful will not let you to be tempted beyond your own strength. Here, man up. Face it. You have the power. 2. Stay in places where you will be vulnerable and be confident, because you can never fall. You have the strength, remember? Remember Samson, right? Where did he stay? He stayed in a place where he was vulnerable to temptation, right? He stayed on Delilah's laps, right? And he fell for temptation, right? Though he was strong. So if you want to fall for that temptation, stay in places where you will be vulnerable to temptation and thank me later. Just like Samson believed he was so strong, you are so strong too. Believe you are so strong too. So stay in places where you will be vulnerable to temptation, and believe me, you will fall. 3. Brag about it. Brag about it. Be proud of it. Tell people. Walk around with your shoulders high. Tell them that you cannot fall for that temptation. Especially anytime you overcome a particular temptation, brag about it. Laugh at others who are falling. Laugh at others. Make jest of others who are falling for that temptation. Brag about it. Keep telling them there are certain temptations you can never fall for. And believe me, you will go down soon. 4. Test yourself. Sometimes purposely tempt yourself. Tempt yourself. You need to purposely tempt yourself sometimes to see how strong you are to withstand that temptation. Test yourself. Tempt yourself. You need to test your temptation level, whether you are strong enough to overcome that temptation. You need to be very curious. You need to search so hard for different types of knowledge, dabble into so many things. You need to be very curious. That way you might fall into temptation, because too much knowledge is a way to fall into temptation. So test yourself if you are strong enough to overcome the temptation. Tempt yourself. Keep tempting yourself. 5. This one is very important. This one is very, very important. Now listen. I, the devil, I am your friend. I am your friend. I'm the one to help you on this your journey to fall for that temptation. So welcome my thoughts. Listen to my directions. Meditate on my words and instructions. That way you will receive the grace to fall for that temptation. Listen carefully to my voice. Listen. I have directions for you. So if you want to fall for that temptation, I am your number 1 friend. Do not resist me, please. And finally, the 6th step on how to fall for that temptation. Always have that mindset that even if you fall, you will rise again. Remember, when the righteous man falls 7 times, he shall rise again 7 times. So always have that mindset that even though you fall anyway, you will definitely rise again. Temptation has never killed anyone. Temptation has never killed anyone. So always have that mindset that you are going to come back even stronger when you fall for that temptation. Come closer. I have a little secret for you. In your own case, you might not have the grace to rise again. So with this, we come to the end of this show. Once again, this is The Devil Show. I remain your wonderful host, your demotivator, the master of all liars, the director of all thieves, and you can always call me the destroyer of all times. Until I come your way again next time, once again, I'm your wonderful host, Mr. Devil.